I am so tired of this beard. Wow, it worked. That is awesome. All right, so anyway, I thought we would talk about Job Corps again because while I was in Job Corps, I really paid attention to the teacher. The teacher said the money that they're saving for you each month, because you got $100 each month, and you had to stay there for at least 10 months in order to get the money. And usually things lasted a year, so $1,200. You know what I mean? Um, he said, take that money, and when you leave, do two things, one or the other. One, put a down payment on a truck, on the cheapest truck that runs good. Slap a sticker on there and use the trade that I've taught you to go and fix houses. Plumbing, electrical, woodwork, whatever, and sheetrock, and make a business. And a lot of people thought that was a really cool idea, but he tells everybody that as they go in. It's just that it was our time to hear this. The second thing he said, you could go and put a down payment on a cheap house. As long as the foundation is good, then you can use what I've taught you in this class to build it from, bottom up. If the foundation's bad, it still can be done, but it's going to be difficult. So try to make sure that the foundation is good. I like that idea better because at one time I actually was homeless. And I mean homeless like living on the streets when I was a kid. So, yeah, I tried to find a house, and that's what I did. Something that I could afford, and I paid for it. In 7 years, I got it paid off. So, and I used the trade that he taught me to repair it. So I don't have to call a plumber. I don't have to call electrical, electrician. I don't have to call, someone do the sheetrock, insulation. Like I said, it's a jack of all trades, but master of none. Meaning you haven't got a degree in each one of them individually. You just know enough of them that you could do the basics, And there's a lot of people like in my town that does that kind of thing. They have a business cards they hand out, and signs in their yard saying that they do certain kind of work like that. So I found this house, but unfortunately the foundation wasn't good. I thought it was, and I went to go borrow a jack, and when I was jacking up the back of the house to try to level it out, it ripped through the wood. Not the floor, but the wall itself. So I end up replacing all those things. And there's different ways to repairing your house. Like you could put another layer of flooring on top of the floor you have and use like a leveler compound to make the room appear to be level. You see what I mean? Or you could tear off all the wood but leave the joists, and you could put joists next to those joists, making it level, and then laying new wood on top of that. And then there's the option I choose, which was to actually rip the floor out and the joists and replace it all. Put in a new foundation, joists, and then insulation, and then flooring. That's what I choose to do, because the other to me is like makeup. You're covering up, and the problem is still there, whether you have dry rot, wet rot, termites, whatever, just old age and cracking and breaking. And so that's what I did, one room at a time. My wife would go to Missouri while I would do the work and try to have it done within 2 weeks while she was gone. And I always pulled it off. Sometimes I was putting the last nails in when she showed up, but I did it. So like the next couple of videos, I don't know if it'll be the next one or the next one, I will show you, because I videotaped it, because I thought it was, something important, because I wanted to be able to show that I did this. It was me, and then I did it correctly. And on top of that, like the people that did this house and made it 100 years ago, over 100 years ago, I don't know anything about them. And when I ask people that own this house, they don't know them either. So what I decided to do was when I videotaped it, I made an extra copy, put it inside a Ziploc bag, and I put it underneath the floor, up on the rafters, so if it ever flooded, it couldn't get to it. That way, if anybody goes underneath there, happen to do some work, they'll come across the tape, pop it into a VCR if they still have them at that time. And, who knows how far in the future it will be. They'll go like, what is this thing? Anyway, don't know who did it and what was done. And on top of that, I made sure I did pre-treated wood because pre-treated wood lasts twice as long as regular wood. So the house has lasted over 100 years with pre-treated. Unless it catches on fire or a tornado, it should last twice as long or longer. All right, so that's it on that. Thank you for watching. You guys have a good one, and God bless. Boy, this really turned out good, didn't it? Who would have thought? A genie in 3 simple steps. God bless.